Silent night, holy night, all is
It's hard to watch something you love destroy itself, to see it fall apart. Disaster always feels so distant, detached. Someone else's struggle in some faraway place. It's not until it's in our city, at our doors, that we realize how fragile we are. All of us. All of this.
No, baby, Steven, Mommy, I'm here. Mommy's right here. Angie, no.
Please.
I love you, Marcus.
Sarah.
And when it hit, when it came down hard.
Give me my family back.
And we fell. We buried ourselves in anger, fear, in the instinct to survive.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm just not strong enough.
Where's the drive, son? Please no more.
And the real truth is, no one watched. No one saw, wanted to see.
Where you going?
Tragedy is invisible. People turn away from it and run from it if they can. And it's hard knowing that you belong here, that your purpose lies amongst all this pain. But someone's gotta be there to pick it up, to push back. But the first piece back together put us all back together.
Peggy 18.
Yesterday, this was a symbol of true power. But today, it means nothing but destruction. And all those who used to protect us have now been overwhelmed. That was yesterday. Before we decided that our playgrounds will now become our battlefields.
And this city, where yesterday we were just happy to live, has now become the place where we choose to survive.
Because yesterday, we were ordinary citizens. But today, we are
The Division.
Peggy 18.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is dark. Mom and Dad died in a flood. Everything on earth fell apart. Please, Lord, can be saved. Bring back the world that we love.
Peggy 18.
In 2001, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental United States. The operation was called Dark Winter. Within just a few days, the simulation spiraled out of control. The operation predicted a rapid breakdown in essential institutions, civil disorder, and massive civilian casualties. Dark Winter has revealed how vulnerable we've become. Our lifestyle, our security, our safety depends on a delicate and unstable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time. We've created a house of cards. Remove just one, and everything falls apart. And what's fueling this system?
Money. Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Last year, 200 million people swarmed their local stores on November 23rd. We call that day Black Friday. Did you know that a flu virus can survive on the surface of a banknote for up to 17 days? One day there will be a pandemic. It could begin during the crush of Black Friday sales. A pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient zero feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected. From this point, the breakdown will happen fast.
Day 1, hospitals will reach capacity. Panic will strike. Day 2, quarantine zones will be established. Resources will be rationed. Transport will go into lockdown. Day 3, international trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The the stock market will collapse. Day 4, the power will fail, the shelves will be empty, the taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
In 2007, a new presidential directive was signed quietly into law. This maps out the government's response to a crisis, a plan to cope with a real dark winter. It is known as Directive 51. There are rumors of shadow agencies, sleeper cells, covert agents, but nothing can be confirmed.
Our complex world is primed for breakdown.
And once the chaos strikes,
there won't be resources to save us all.
The only question left is, what will it take to save what remains?
For years, we have convinced ourselves that our world was indestructible. It's nothing but a delusion. Our world is complex, fragile. It's a house of cards. One small tremor and everything could fall apart. A mutated version of smallpox, the most lethal virus ever created.
Based on real data, experience the fragility of the world through the first End of Society simulator, and discover how long it would take for the world to collapse. Start the collapse. The End of Society simulator.
If you find it, if you take it off my dead body, I hope it helps. I have all the proof. I know who did this. I just need to put it together. Within this book lies all the answers. It taught me all I needed to survive. How to scavenge, how to hide, how to not even mind the bodies. But the author knew too much. You see, he wasn't just writing a survival guide. This is a roadmap through hell that'll lead me to who started this. I can't give up. I must go on. But if it's too late for me, promise you'll look.
Peggy 18.
When our city started to collapse, the dark side of humanity took control of the streets.
This city fell apart.
Last stand, asshole!
It's crazy out here. Every man for himself. Survival of the fittest. You gotta take what you need in this world.
This world is our playground now, and no one's here to stop us. We got out of Rikers jail, and we ain't ever going back in that cage. It's all ours now. We're the new kings of these streets.
These streets must be cleansed. To save our city, we must burn away this disease. Every trace of it. Only through the power of fire can we be free.
Freedom is not a right. Liberty is not a given. This city needs an iron fist to restore order. There shall be no resistance. It is the only solution.
This is not our solution. Our mission is to save what remains. To save what's left of our city. We are the Division.
Even though this Black Friday, you can sleep in.
All over the region. Retailers are calling this their 149,000 stores offering sales in the cash sales changing hands. Visit the stores. The flu season is off to its earliest start.
Appears to be a previously unknown variant of the flu. Suspected case catching many experts off guard.
Today I was feeling like maybe
Back on the breaking news, leading with unconfirmed reports of a smallpox
outbreak is a highly rehearsed scenario.
And National Guard units converging on a hospital in central
Bridges are closed. It's more smallpox is a very real danger. Than AIDS, more than Ebola.
Let me stop you there. This is not a panic situation.
An entire American city was
known as green poison, Central Park has been converted to a mass burial ground.
Power outages, gas line leaks, fires. The government
We're expecting another night of widespread looting.
The people of New York are begging.
One word.
Any available units. Fire and house to the
first responders are either dead. No resources available.
Being treated like animals.
It's not a job. We're not trained for.
When we were activated, we knew the situation was bad. Worse than anyone knew. We are an elite, highly skilled group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed. We have no rules. We have no limits. Our job is to protect what remains.
We are your co-workers. We are your neighbors. We might even be your friends.
But when we get the call,
we leave everything behind.
We are
the Division.